Okay. So after we've had our talk, do you still want me to take the video down?
I don't know.
I don't recall. Was there trauma in your story or whatever? And what age was it?
So break it down. My first time having sex.
That was traumatic?
Yeah.
What happened?
I didn't want to have sex.
How did you end up having it?
Once I kind of seen where it was going, I kind of just thought of it like just want to go home.
Wow. So when we first talked, you didn't break it down this far.
No.
What's up, YouTube? I want to once again thank everybody who comes up to me in the streets and shows me real love. Y'all don't even know. It keeps me thankful. It keeps my tank full. Now back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews. Out here with the update, guys. So, young lady, how have you been?
I've been good.
Okay, so you called me and you wanted me to take the video down.
Yeah.
Why'd you want me to take the video down?
Dad, I was in a bad spot.
No, you wasn't.
I was.
The video was perfectly fine. Okay, and you had whatever stuff going on that normal 18-year-olds have going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, so how's everything been since the interview?
Good. I graduated, got my GED.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you. I've been working.
And so what was your story was basically that you had essentially, I guess, ran away at one point. And so, had different situations going on where you didn't finish school or whatever, and so you was going back to get your GED. How did the situation with the running away, how did that end up working out or whatever?
I'm not gonna lie. It was actually that's something that sticks with me. Like, the way that I hurt my parents, that's something that, like, still sits with me. And
how so? What do you mean?
I ran away to my ex-boyfriend's house, and I did not contact my parents. I didn't reach out to nobody in no type of way, and it ended up turning into like this big whole case situation.
A case?
Yeah.
Well, case about what? What was the charge?
Honestly, it wasn't like that bad. We just had like a caseworker type of thing.
Okay, so it became like a defects type of case. How? Like, who called defects?
My ex-boyfriend's mom.
Wow. So she saw what the situation was, that you was not feeling whatever. Why didn't she call? Did she call your parents?
Nope.
So she called defects.
Crazy, right? That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. How long was you there before she called defects?
A couple days. Not too long. I was originally like telling her like I wanted to go back home. I didn't want to stay there with them. I just needed some time,
some space,
some
a little bit of space,
That stuff died down, and she was like, "I have somebody you can talk to," and I was like, "Okay," and I didn't know that it was defects.
That's wild.
And it turned into this big thing, and I seen how that like hurt my mom and my dad.
Yeah, because did they have to like come in y'all's house and inspect and check up and do all this stuff? How long did the case last?
Not that long. I really feel like it was like a month, maybe a little longer, but it wasn't that long where we had to do that like family therapy.
Right. What ended up like being the result of that? Like, did anything come out? Did any revelations come out? Did y'all? You tell me.
We became closer. I can say that. Me and my mom, like, we really close now. My dad and I are still getting there, but it's a little progress.
Okay. So, you had a part of your interview where you talked about how initially when you had got in trouble, it was because you had linked up with this older, woman or whatever. And I asked you, hey, was there anything romantic in that? And you said no.
Jesus, no.
Okay,
That's my homegirl.
So is it still your homegirl?
We talk here and there.
Okay, here and there. Okay. So that wasn't anything romantic or nothing like that. Okay, so your parents thought that it was, but okay, do they still think that or?
No. I ended up like. It's one of those situations where it was like some time had passed, so now we could talk about it and kind of look back at it, not laugh, but
laugh.
Like a little,
I get it. Yeah, like it's a little like okay. So.
But I told my mom, like, she was just a homegirl that I was chilling with. At the time, like, she had stuff going on. Like, her mom had passed away, and she was in charge of raising all her little sisters. So it was a lot of stress for her. And I just was like, we can hang out. So it was more so I was just trying to be a friend than be sneaky and grown.
Okay. So what are you up to these days? What do you got going on?
Right now I'm working. I really want to work to save up for either a car or so I could go to college.
Yeah, I mean, because you're 19 now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, like, yeah, why didn't, like, did you just recently get the GED or whatever?
April 18th.
Okay, so you didn't want to sign up for
here.
school this fall semester or whatever?
No, because I know how school is for me. It took me this long to get it.
Is it how school is for you, or is it how you are for school?
How school is for me.
Is that right?
Yes.
So you don't be in your own head about school?
Okay, no. I know that I'm very smart, and if I put myself to do something, I can do it. It's just more of the fact that I would, maybe, because I would get discouraged and think like.
So it's the same thing. The reason why you called me to take the video down, because you basically said that you wanted, because I asked you like, well, what was wrong with your video? Like, why do you want to take it down? And you said basically the comments.
Yeah, people are mean. Y'all are mean.
Yes, okay. I agree. But let me teach you this lesson early in life if you haven't already learned it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hurt people hurt people.
Okay, I know that.
Okay, and so whenever you get vitriol from people, whenever you get abrasiveness and people are just saying nasty things like that, they normally have something going on inside them.
Right? And I don't know. I just hate that image for me, though. Like, my situation.
What image?
Don't project your
trauma onto
your situations onto me. And it was like one of those, like, you really don't know me. So that's why it didn't get me to, like, a certain point. It was just irritating to see people commenting on my life and my story and what I said, like as if they were there, or if they know. And that's what it was just like.
Yeah, my crowd is there. They can be like that, but ignore the ones that are nasty, because there's also going to be positive people too.
And it was way more positive people.
Right.
That was like,
but human nature, we're going to focus on the negative, right? That's just human nature. So, okay. So you say that the guy is your ex-boyfriend. Do you have a current boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, and so what's the deal with that? Like, how long y'all been rocking, and what's the outlook for that?
About a year.
Oh, wow. It's been a while.
I know, right?
Okay.
That's a long time for me.
Yeah. I mean, you're young, so, a year's a long time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's 165 days.
Okay. Is he around your age, or?
He's a little older.
How much older?
I don't want to get into it.
No. How much older?
No.
No, seriously.
He's in late 20s.
Okay, late 20s? That's not too bad. That's not too bad, right? That's like, listen. I've got daughters that are just a few years younger than you, okay? Mm-hmm. People ask me all the time, like, hey, would you mind if your daughters age gap date when they get older? And I tell them, no, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't mind that? I feel like, okay, some people put that, I feel like they be projecting because...
They say that he's trying to groom you and stuff like that?
Yeah. And
how do your parents feel about him?
So, at first, it was like, are you sure? Like, do you really want to do this? You could date somebody around your age. And I don't know. I know
guys around your age don't have anything. They don't know anything. And a lot of times, they still are finding themselves as a man, and even in your 20s, you're still finding yourself as a man. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like late 20s isn't too bad. You say what?
I said I'm not completely all the way there, but I still have goals for myself that I'm trying to get to, and I want somebody that kind of
can help offer a little bit of guidance. Yeah. Can be a little more
together.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Okay. So because like when even back then, like, did your parents know that you were sexually active?
Back when?
Like even when we did the interview.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know, right? I mean, so when did they find out that you were sexually active?
With my first real boyfriend when I moved out here.
And how old was that? Was that 14?
15?
15? Okay. So when they found it out, what was their reaction?
They was kind of like upset because I didn't tell them. They was more upset because I didn't tell them versus if I would have talked to them, then we could have had a whole conversation about, you know, the do's and don'ts.
So let me ask you, what other things have you not told them that you need to go ahead and get on out?
I don't know.
There's something in there.
Honestly, because lately I have been like honest about everything that I did or that's happened. Maybe that I still be smoking outside my window.
A little couple puffs outside the window.
Puffs.
Okay, so they don't know that you smoke?
A little. They know, but I don't think they know to the extent.
To the extent, like you a smoker, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, okay. So after we've had our talk, do you still want me to take the video down?
I don't know. I want people to be like, oh, this is the girl that was in. Okay, but sometimes.
Because here's the thing, it's like, I just said this, right? But I'll say it on camera. It's like the notches that are on the wall when you're growing up, right? You don't erase the notch when you were shorter. You know what I'm saying? You still acknowledge that that's where you was at one point, right? And it's a good thing because as you grow up, you get to say, huh, look at how far I've come along.
Yeah. And honestly, this would be like the more recent video. Hopefully this would be the one that's more seen. And they'll be like, oh.
Because you said that someone hit you up on Cash App and that's how this whole, that's how you got like, you ended up calling me and stuff.
Who is this? How did you, that's how you got me?
Did he send you the dollar request or?
Yeah.
Okay, so he sent you the dollar request, said call me.
Request me. So I was thinking like, maybe I know this person. But no, it was just somebody that seen the video.
Did your boyfriend ever see the video? Your current boyfriend or your ex?
No, and I don't want them to see that.
So if they were to happen to see the video, what do you think their thoughts and their reactions would be?
So my ex-boyfriend, due to the fact that he was around for a lot of that, he would probably be like, you know.
Oh okay, yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, you know.
But the current one, he probably doesn't know as much as the stuff that I've been through or dealt with or did in the past. Like
I don't recall because again, I watched the interview, but I didn't watch all of it. I don't recall. Was there sexual trauma in your story or whatever? Mm-hmm. And what age was it?
So break it down. I've had little moments around my whole life where it's like this has happened.
What was kind of like the one that sticks out the most?
My first time having sex.
That was traumatic?
Yeah.
What happened?
I didn't want to have sex.
How did you end up having it?
The only way that somebody can make you have sex.
Well, what I'm saying is that he didn't convince you to do it. He took it from you. That was your first time? How old were you?
14. I went to go visit some family and friends in New York for my birthday, and me being young and dumb, there was my friends was like, you know, there's this boy, he says he wants to take you on a date or whatever.
14,
and, yeah.
Little 14-year-old date. I know.
And it was in the city, so like we was able
around
to go,
people and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we was able to go do stuff and go places. So I was like, okay, yeah. Went to go hang out with him, and then like he was like, you know, you wanna come over? Like my grandma's home, and we could just chill, play the game, whatever. And I was like, sure. I was supposed to go somewhere after, so it was like I was just gonna let the time pass. And then it was just like, hey, you wanna do this? No. You wanna do this? No. So we're gonna do this, okay? But
what level of violence did it get to? Like, did you acquiesce at a certain point? Like, damn, he's kind of making me, or did he have to like physically hold you down, or physically take your clothes off, or physically do this?
It wasn't as like violent or anything like that. Like once I kind of seeing where it was going. I kind of just thought of it like I just want to go home.
So let's get it over with type deal?
Yeah.
Ooh. And so, did you ever tell your parents about that?
Yeah, so I kept it to myself for a while, and then it made like a year that it's happened, so I was like fucked up mentally when it hit a year, and around that time it was just like, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. I don't want to be here type of feeling. And I told my mom, and we talked about it, and she told me that she related to stuff like that. Like, you know, it's not great, but unfortunately, in a world that we live in, that happens.
Happens often.
Yeah. So I talked to her about it, and then I told my dad, because my mom was more so like, you know, your dad should know.
Right.
And I talked to him, and it was more of a comforting, rather than like we was talking. It was just, he let me cry. And
how did that make you feel?
A little bit of like regretful, because I didn't tell them when it happened. Like, I let myself go through that shit alone.
You didn't? Did you tell any of your friends or anything like that?
I tried, but because they were friends with him, it was kind of like a he say, she say type of situation.
Did he deny it?
Of course he denied it.
So what? So nothing ever happened to him. How does that make you feel?
I try not to think about it. Like, it's somebody that when I look through my my school yearbook from when I lived in New York, I seen his picture. I cut that bitch out, but he has like a lot of connections to the people that I knew, or that I was hanging out with, or that I'll talk to here and there, or whatever. So I really didn't care about him. I had a moment where it was like I wish he would die, or something would happen to him. I wish he'd go to jail or something. But at a certain point, it was just like him, and don't worry about him. So I hope he like is different. There was a time where he texted me on Snapchat, and he like apologized for.
Do you have that?
I deleted Snapchat.
Okay.
But
so he apologized for that, but privately.
Yeah. I took a screenshot of that bitch when he sent it, and I showed my friends. I remember showing my friends, like, you see, he apologized. Like, I didn't know how to feel, because not often would you see somebody like apologize.
Did your friends believe you when you first told them, or did they not believe you and they believed him?
Some did, and some, instead of like taking it serious, it was like a joke, or, you know.
Now, how did that make you feel?
Like shit, because I was like, y'all supposed to be my friends, like we grew up together, and y'all bitches is
I've stopped doing this so often, but I do it every now and again. Did you want to call this guy's name out?
Oh, no, because I want to leave the past in the past. I don't want.
Well, here's my concern, right? Is any of this stuff still in you to where it's gonna affect you negatively?
No, I look at it as like a lesson.
Have you talked to like a professional about it or anything like that?
Like a therapist?
Yeah. Okay, so you did talk to a therapist about it.
I have a therapist.
What age did you talk to a therapist about it at? It happened at 14. What age did you finally talk to a therapist?
So, I want to say I was like 15, 16. I was working at Chick-fil-A, and I had a seizure. I want to say that was around the time that I first had to talk to somebody, because it was more like a stress-induced seizure. But
not for nothing, you definitely look like a Chick-fil-A employee.
oh,
Like you look like one of those, like my pleasure.
pleasure.
I didn't mean to throw that in there, but
no, I understand.
Okay, so wow. So when we first talked, you know, you didn't break it down this far.
No.
You know, why do you think that is?
It's because like I feel it's still touchy, like to bring up. Like that's like, well.
See, you'll know when you're fully healed when it's nothing to bring it up, and you could just you know.
I'm getting there because
I can tell because you broke it down a lot more than last time.
Yeah, this time it's more like I'm nervous because I'm sharing this with people I don't know. So it's like, and then a lot of, like I said in the last video, like people try to blame the females. And I don't want it to be.
I think that's a minority of people, though, right? So we're not gonna pay attention to the minority, right? If most of the people are saying,
I understand.
You know, we're not gonna worry about
a lot of those people.
Listen, you let those people be in the negative place that they want to be at. Don't let them bring you there.
I know. I don't
okay, because your story.
Educate.
Well, I was about to say, and your story is going to bring awareness, and it's also going to help other people who may have a story to say, you know, let me tell my story.
All right.
You know, like if she can come out here and tell her story and put it out there, I can do the same, and maybe there'll be some healing that will come from that. You know?
Yeah.
Wow. So. Wow, that is something else. Like I said, I've got daughters that are 15 and 13 years old. So you saying that happened to you at 14? That really hits home.
Yeah.
That really hits home. And it just reminds me to kind of like helicopter parent a little bit. Like, like you know, just kind of like, because I mean, you know, they're probably thinking like, hey, we're sending her up here to home, which is, you know, New York is where you're from.
Right.
And so they're thinking everything's going to be all good, you know? But here it is, that type of stuff happens.
And that's one of the reasons why like I didn't want to say nothing, because I didn't want it to be like, dang, you shouldn't have went up there. So
well, that wasn't your choice.
Gotta watch. Well, it was. I wanted to go up there for my friends and stuff.
I get it, but you don't have money to buy a plane ticket and stuff, do you? Right.
Yeah.
So your parents ultimately made the decision, right? So, you know, you don't want to blame yourself. I don't want you to even get in that mode. You don't blame yourself. You were 14. You know, ultimately, 14-year-old girl, you're a pretty girl, everything else. Me personally, the way my anxiety is set up, I just don't know if I could let like my daughters just be roaming and moving around and stuff like that. And if I do let them do stuff, I'd be like 60 feet back, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be in the bushes. All right. Okay, wow. So, so that's that, you know, wow. Well, 100% thank you for breaking that down and sharing that part of the story. At this point, you know, it sounds like we're doing what we need to do. When do we plan on actually enrolling in school? Because I think it's probably too late to enroll for the winter semester.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the fall semester of next year, right?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. But then that's where it was like, I don't know.
Because you wanted to be a psychiatrist, and one of the things people got on me, about that comment I made. And so I want to say, you know what? And I want to say, I apologize. All right, I was just, it was in jest. And,
I understood.
Right. I was, you know, it wasn't about, oh, you can't be a psychiatrist, nothing like that.
It was just, it's already.
I have my own history with therapists and, you know what I'm saying, psychiatrists. So that's where it came from.
And it's a lot of people that are in that field. So.
Right, and some are good and some are bad. Yeah. So that it had nothing to do with you, okay? I 1,000% support you in becoming a psychiatrist, therapist, any of that stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, so, all right, well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you taking the time, answering all of our questions. And I'm glad that we didn't have to bring down the other video, and I'm glad that you feel better about it. If anybody out there did want to reach out, help, or donate, besides sending the $1 request, okay, no $1 request, But if they wanted to reach out, help, or donate, is it still the same stuff? Or what's your IG? What's your Cash App? What's all that stuff?
My Instagram is, he craves Sosa. Yeah, that's a long.
He craves Sosa, huh?
Yeah. And then my Cash App is KSosa24.
Okay. So the same, was that the same one? It was similar enough. Okay, yeah. So KSosa24. Were you a Chief Keef fan?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I had my little era.
You had your little era? You still in your era.
Yeah.
Your era ain't done. You 19, young lady, okay?
No. I'm about to be 20 in April.
Oh, my bad. It's half a year from now. That's right. Okay. I got you. No, seriously. No, we really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Taking the time answering all of our questions.
Again.
Yeah, listen. I mean, let's stay tapped in, okay? It took you, a year and change to use my number, but you know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you did. And we're going to stay tapped in. Definitely appreciate you. Definitely wishing them but the best, okay?
Thank you.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
You too.
All right.